Hey guys, welcome back to my tutorials. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be talking to you about how we can start to change the font family. So this is how we can start to change the font style for our CSS, for our web page. So obviously in things like Word, in things like any word processing document, you have the opportunity to change the kind of text you're using. For example, we typically tend to stick to Times New Roman, to Arial, to Verdana, to Comic Sans, you know, that kind of stuff. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how we can start to change them so that way we can have our own particular styles for our web page. The first thing I want you to do is go to your font book. Now, if you're on a Mac, then what you can do is you can go to your Spotlight search by pressing Command Space and typing in font book. And these are all the default fonts that come with your Mac. Similarly on Windows, there will also be a font book. However, I'm not too sure how to get to it because I'm a Mac user. And for today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how we can apply different kinds of fonts to your web page. By default, when I refresh the page, this is my default font. But this seems, it's a bit boring, so we can go ahead and style it up. Let's say I want to use Avenir for this particular piece of text. In order to do this, what I'm simply going to go ahead and do is type in font family. So I'm sticking to the selector followed by squiggly brackets, then font hyphen family followed by this colon. And now within the value, I'm going to be inputting my font that I'd like to use. So over here, I'm going to be putting in Avenir. I'm going to refresh my page. As you can see, so if I just zoom this in, as you can see now, the font has actually been styled to Avenir. So if I was to remove this completely, then this is the default font. Okay, so that's basically how you can go ahead and style your different fonts. The problem can start to occur when you're using different operating systems and different browsers don't necessarily know, or different browsers may not actually contain your particular font that you want to use, because there are so many different fonts that you can actually go ahead and download from online. So in these kind of cases, you need to kind of tell the browser exactly what to do, because your computer can't locate your particular font. So in order to do this, we're going to have a bunch of backup fonts. Now, some bog standard ones that we're going to be using are Verdana and sans serif. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. In order to give your default fonts, so in case of backups, I guess, after you put font family and your font of choice, you're then going to put a comma, then you're going to put your next one, so in this case Verdana, and then after this sans serif. Okay, and if you see, these are in blue because these are also considered to be the default fonts, and these are sort of like keywords. When I refresh the page, nothing's going to be different. If I save this, yep. So it's going to go back to my Avenir font, because that is the one that I've chosen for my Mac, and it's the one that I've chosen for my browser, and the browser is able to find it on my Mac. Now, if the font is not available on Windows or on Linux or on whatever operating system you're using, then it is going to go to the next available one. If that is not available, it's going to go to the next available one, and so on and so forth. So typically, when you're making a web page, you ideally should be using at least 3 to 5 fonts, just to make sure that in case of any possible scenario, you kind of have it covered. Otherwise, just kind of stick to the very, very generic ones which all computers will have, such as Verdana, such as sans serif, such as Arial. These are the 3 basic ones that all computers will definitely have. Okay, so that's really about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.